This video was brought to you by viewers like you. Consider supporting us on Patreon.
Yo, hello everybody out there on the YouTube sources. You got a buddy, Papa Tko, coming to you live from Nakano, Japan. Yeah, today I am going from Nakano all the way to the new places. Where am I going? I'm going to, today I'm going to my uncle's house, and then I'm doing a part-time job for my buddy Mark at one of the part-time jobs that I originally gave him, but he's in jail now. So I'm taking over for it temporarily until he gets back. But anyway, how are y'all doing? Welcome back to another Tkyorants, where every Wednesday or Thursday, 6 a.m. Japan time, I give you guys a little rant and ramble about something pertaining to my life here, or like some kind of advice or whatever, shit, etc. While I'm riding my motorcycle, Spaghetti. Say hi, Spaghetti. There you go. Thank you, Spaghetti. Yeah, we're going, like always, I want to start this stuff off by saying, first I want to tell you guys where we're going, and then I also want to tell you guys where we're going, and then I want to ask a question to you guys too. And today we're going from Nakano train station all the way to Mejiro, and then from Mejiro we're probably going to go to Asakusa or Akihabara. So anyway, and the question of the day is, I don't know, what do you guys think is an acceptable salary? I guess to make it easier, put it in US dollars, of how much you should get paid for working 40-hour weeks teaching kids. What are you doing? Are you gonna go this way or not, jackass? I'm curious, like, what do you guys think is decent pay for an English teacher? Oh my god, that guy, if I had just moved over to the right a little bit, I would have fucking clipped that dude. Asians with nothing to lose. I'm telling you guys. It's a dangerous combination. There's too many of them. They just want to keep committing suicide. They're like lemmings, goddammit. But anyway, today I wanted to talk to you guys about this company called Gaba. It's this English teaching company that their marketing game is on point. Their marketing is basically like, we do one-on-one lessons with you and a foreigner, and it's like a 50-minute lesson. You pay us like $80 per lesson, but you get to sit with this very, very, like a garnered, I don't even know if that's the right word. You get to sit with this extremely professional-looking foreign, like mostly Western foreign teachers that know all the things about the grammar and everything that you want to know about English, because you're already super fluent and you just want to pick native speakers' brains to see if you can listen. And also, if you speak any other languages, you can or you want to study any other languages, we have that too. I don't know. I don't really like them. And it's a very simple reason why I don't like them. And it's because they don't pay well. The pay sucks. The pay is not that good at that company. Cool bike. Yeah. But the thing is that you can go on trains. I don't know. Now, when I was in Osaka, I saw the same thing too. Like, you can go on trains in Osaka, or you can go trains in Tokyo or Hokkaido or whatever, and you'll see these advertisements for Gaba, as Gaba, Gaba, and it's the thing is like, they come off like a very, very professional company. I mean, but the thing is that you can put any motherfucker in a suit, doesn't mean that he's a fucking professional. And I mean, like, full discretion here, I'm not a professional English teacher. I had exactly zero training on becoming a teacher before I got over here. Somebody got busted. Yeah, and like, it's and like, when I did get a job as an English teacher, finally, they gave me no training whatsoever. This is something where they should train you for at least 20 plus hours, maybe 50 plus hours, and like, they should take you through, curriculum, not curriculum development, but how to, like, curriculum maintenance, and organizing and managing, and how to deal with different different personalities and shit and whatnot. You should really be taught a number of things, but they don't teach you anything. And that's the thing. It's like, this is one of the reasons why I really hate Gaba, aside from the pay. Oh yeah, by the way, the pay, the customer usually, I don't know, they might have changed it recently, I don't know, but the customer usually pays around 8,000 yen an hour. So like, just roughly putting that into dollars, it's like $80 an hour for a 50-minute lesson. And guess how much out of that $80 the teacher gets paid? Now let's do some math. If you're running a business, I remember this in fucking home ec class in like 6th grade. I don't know how much this holds up in 2018, but when you're doing a business, usually you want to do 33%, pie chart. So it's like 33% goes into maintaining the company and growing the company, like rent, insurance, upgrades, whatever the fuck, investing back into the company. Then 33% of that goes towards a salary for your employees, and then 33% of that is profit for whoever runs the business. And I mean, it's their business. They started it, they ran it, they know the ins and outs. They're the ones in charge of marketing and getting the customers in. They've got a lot more responsibilities than your own small worker. But let's do the math now. Andy-san, let's do this with me, okay? Okay, Andy-san, if we do 8,000 divided by 1,500, how does that come up to? Bam! They take a lot of profit from the teacher. Now, take in mind, of course, if that's their only fucking business, whatever, that's fine. But, the thing is that these customers, they pay... This guy is really riding my ass right now. The customers, they pay in bulk for the lessons. So they don't just pay one at a time. They pay like giant fucking lump sum contracts. Even if it's not a yearly thing, they'll pay a monthly thing. Like, I remember when this big English company called Nova crashed, when I first came to Japan. They were like the biggest of the big, it was like basically being like a host, like a fucking like host member, if like you worked at one of those companies, because women would just choose you based on how good you looked and how much they wanted to fuck you, and they could like choose the teacher and whatever and blah blah blah. And but like these celebrities would pay like up to 10-30 grand for like a year or two's worth of lessons, so they wouldn't have to pay it, because it's like a big company and they're not gonna fall under and not pay you your money back. But yeah, I mean, like, a lot of those celebrities lost their money. To be fair, I mean, if you have that much money to spend and you're just freely spending it on shit like that, I don't know. I don't really care. But a lot of other people got screwed because they'd be in these, like, 6-month, 3-month, 6-month yearly contracts where they already paid all this big lump sum of money to the company. Now, see, Gaba, I don't know their exact payment system, but I know for a fact, like, basically what Gaba is, it's like, there's a cubicle room with a fucking camera in it, and they have a laptop that you can use for your lessons, but the laptop is always recording your lessons, because see, Gaba is like the Third Reich. They have no idea about like what privacy entails. So because the thing is that they pay such shitty rates. That even if you work full time for them, it's just disgustingly low salary. You're working a whole lot for for barely enough fucking cash, and then on top of that, if you work part time, they don't even pay for you to like ride the train out to your work. And then on top of that, they'll be like, well, we can give you like 5 lessons, but we'll give you like 1 to like maybe however many lessons, but you have to like hang out here. Like, we can't pay you for the time that you gotta wait, but like we'll give you a lesson at 11 a.m. and then another at 6 p.m. so take it or leave it kind of thing. And I mean, a lot of big companies do this too, like ECC or Aeon, and like my buddy Anthony, Mr. fucking Anthony, I don't even remember if he has a fucking there's a fucking channel on YouTube, I don't know if they're still around, called Sub Tokyo. My buddy Anthony was there and he works for Aeon. and he was making bank, you know. Damn it. You know, sorry. Yep, they, you know, he was making bank because he was not on their salary system. He was just on the class, or like, what is it, like paid by the hour system. So, and he would just work tons and tons of classes and overtime. And I don't know if he still works at that company, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen him talking about it in his videos. So I'm not really like releasing any strange information to the internet for him. You know, plus I don't even know if he's still in Japan. I haven't seen him in like 5 years, but at that time he was working for Aeon. And yeah, I mean, like, it's just, you can make a lot of money if you're a popular, good-looking person, you know? I've met probably around 0 ugly or fat people who could be the nicest, sweetest, most educated people you ever meet on the whole fucking planet, and they've never been making money, like, on any of those classes. Like, people are just as superficial as possible. I mean, like, think about it. If you're a dude, and maybe not if you're a woman, I don't know, but if you're a dude and you have the choice of a Japanese class, of a woman, like, they put you with 2 other teachers, and they're like, listen, they totally have the same amount of credentials, which they don't. Which one are you gonna choose? The hotter looking one or the not hotter one? Even if you're not gonna fuck the hotter one, it's like great eye candy to look at and stuff, and maybe you could blossom that into something. But oh God, this light is always so slow. Go, speed your asses up. Papa needs a new pair of going Migi. But anyway, yeah, like they and so, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you're a big teacher like me, I'm a big teacher, but kids fucking love me. Kids are great. And so whenever I've had kid classes, usually the parents don't care, because I do a lot of things in my class that are totally not acceptable. Like, I give the kids snacks, because when I was ADHD, like, they don't have Ritalin in Japan, or Adderall or whatever. So when I was ADHD and I was in elementary school, I remember I did so bad on my homework, because I never did it because my mom was a single mom and blah, blah, blah excuses. But I remember I had to stay after school for like all of 4th and 5th grade every day for an hour or 2 in a mandatory homework class, because my mom never was at home to make me do homework or whatever. So, and I remember the one way that they got to bribe me, which is probably the reason why I'm fat now, I don't know, but they would give me snacks. Like, you know, if I did really good, I get like junk food, and if I didn't do good, I get no food. But, like, you know, it was me. To be fair, I was in that class of like maybe 4 other people, and they're not fat now. So I think I got more deep embodied issues with myself. But anyway, like, you know, during my classes, I'll let the kids watch TV shows, bits and pieces of TV shows, as long as they're in English, and like, we'll break it down, we'll talk about it. You know, I'll give them snacks if they're good. You know, it's just like normal shit that their parents feed them anyway. I mean, like, if their parents are health nuts or whatever, or if the kid has an allergy, you're damn right I won't feed the kid anything. But, you know, if you become a parent for more than 2 seconds, or you see the parents around here, there's a lot of people here that, oh shit, I can't go that way. Well, I'm gonna go that way because it says no cars, but it doesn't say no bikes. Can I get an amen? Spaghetti, can I get an amen? That's right, buddy. But anyway, oh man, that is a beautiful fucking garden right there. They have like stone walkway and everything. But basically what it is though is that, you know, shit, what, I'm just looking, I've never been in this part of the fucking, wow, they got palm trees here, holy shit. Basically when it comes to it though, guys, is that if you're going to be, you know, a teacher, like, you know, you're gonna have to give the people some incentives to stay, because it doesn't matter if you follow the curriculum to a T. It doesn't matter if you're a little strict on the kids for giving them homework or a little lax. What is this? Wow, look at somebody's house. Look at how fucking big this place is. This is like on the Yamanote line too. God damn, huge fucking houses. Anyway, but I mean, like, one of the ways that, like, one of the reasons why my students love to stay in my classes, because it's not that hard. Because why don't I make my classes super hard? Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I've already done immersion, you know, through Japanese. Like, the way I learned Japanese was through immersion. Kono tori wa tori nuke dekimasen. Oh, really? Well, I just nuked that shit. But the thing is that most of these kids, they're never going to learn a lot of English unless they've already gone through a shitload of immersion, which is fine. But the thing is that, if you're not going to put your kid through immersion, then it's just basically babysitting at that point. And you might as well have the kids have fun. Of course, I'm still going to teach the curriculum that you gave me and everything. But at the end of the day, there's a huge difference between being a professional and just being a nice teacher. I mean, like, I understand if you give a kid who says he doesn't know that he has a peanut allergy, but then you give him some peanuts, and then he gets an allergy and he sues the school, that could be a big liability. But at the same time, like, nah, you gotta play off your strengths and your weaknesses, And for me, it's just like, yeah, you gotta be careful. Oh, look at this. Pink fucking place. And that's the thing, too. It's like, you need to know, you gotta know your boundaries, and you gotta know, but as soon too, though, like, you gotta test those boundaries, because, I mean, this, and also you gotta, like, soothe the waters. With Gaba, they know that they're just using people for money. And so with Gaba, though, it's like, they're smart now. They installed microphones in the classrooms that record every fucking lesson. So if you even say, like, hey, you should, like, this is really expensive, I don't get paid that much, how about joining my lessons outside this class? You could get fired. Ooh. But I mean, who gives a fuck, right? But then some people got smart about it, and they were like, well, okay, I just won't say it out loud, but I'll give the guy my I'll give the guy my business card or something. But they got cameras in there now. So even if you try shit like that, you're gonna get in trouble. Okay, gonna get a Coke because diabetes. Come on, eat the paper. Okay, so I mean, so it's like, what are you supposed to do? Now, I always like suggest Gaba as maybe a last resort. Like, okay, you needed a job. You just needed a job, and you could either work $10 on a fryer, which if you're on a visa here, you probably can't. But you could either work on a fryer at McDonald's or something for $10 an hour, or you could sit in a business suit and be super lazy and just talk to somebody for 50 minutes and make $16. Of course you're going to choose that route. But the thing is that, like, if you're already dolling yourself up to be a fake business English teacher, why not get paid more for it? And I think that's a big problem with Gaba, is that a lot of their teachers, like, they're usually smart, young, dumb people. they're smart, young, dumb people. They're people that are, they don't know, like, their options. They don't know their potential options. So because of that, they don't know their potential options. So because of that, they don't ever try to get anything bigger. Wow, look at these fucking giant houses. I've never been around this part of fucking Mejiro. Oh my god, these houses are gigantic. Oh man. Fuck me, dude. Like, this is the Yamanote line. This is like prime real estate. And usually for like prime real estate, like, people are paying up the ass. But look at these houses. Oh my god. This is by Ikebukuro, by the way, guys. I'm going to my uncle's house. And fucking just look at these fucking houses. God damn. Hey, look at me. I'm no longer in that one place I was before. Yeah, guys. But anyway, yeah, I'm just like, to finish this up because the battery's kind of dying here, is that, yeah, I mean, Gaba, it's not that it's, well, I mean, to be fair, it's better than flipping burgers at McDonald's. I mean, you do get to sit on your ass most of the time, and you're not dealing with little punk-ass kids that you have to fucking micromanage, especially if you're not like me and you're not good with kids, which, to be fair, at the beginning, when I first started teaching kids, I was terrified. Like, in America, we have to, like, if you go up and you talk to some kids, that's immediately, even back when I was there 10 years ago, like, you just don't do that. And so you didn't want to be confused for a pedophile, so you just would never interact with any kids. But now I'm just so used to kids. Like, I love kids. Kids are great. Like, they're the only people that will tell you the real truth to your face. And you got to respect that about children. But when it comes to working at a big company that's a big English teaching company here in Japan, more than likely when you first come to Japan, you're not going to have to worry too much about Gaba. one of the reasons why Gaba can be so cheap is because they take advantage of two specific foreigners while they're in Japan. And one is the foreigner that's here on a working holiday visa, and they would rather earn 15 bucks an hour sitting on their ass, looking semi-professional, versus just working at a bar or something that's like, you know, you have to be on your feet all the time and work with asshole customers, and you have to know the language, etc., etc. But and they deal with people that are spouses, you know, that don't have or fucking. Why aren't you guys going? Like, the light's been, you know, nothing gets my gears grinded more. Andy son, show the grinded gears.
You know what really grinds my gears? Racism.
Thank you, Andy son. Yes, I am properly grinded with the gears. Yeah, nothing grinds the gears more than just people who like, the light's been going. Well, you're burning daylight, god damn it. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, they take advantage of people that are here on spouse visas. Like, I knew a guy, I guess, I don't know if he's still in Japan. There was an Aussie guy, we'll just call him Brian for fun. That's not his real name, though. But he was living in the town right next to me called Yachimata when I was living in Chiba, Japan. And this guy, he was a really, like, you know, nice dude. He actually, what he did was he met his wife while she was over working holiday visa in Japan or in Australia. And he met her, he followed her back here on a working holiday visa. And, you know, after his working holiday visa was up, he still wanted to be in Japan, and they still really liked each other. And so they got married and had a kid. And, you know, the funny thing is like, that totally goes back to how older Japanese women get young guys. Because he was a good looking dude. You know, Ross, Brian, if you still, oh God, I'm not even going to blank that out. I don't care that much. But Brian, if you're watching this video and you're still in Yachimata and you're still with your wife, good on you, buddy. Good for being a good guy and being a good dad. But I remember him, he didn't have a college degree, so he was doing all these like kind of manual labor jobs once he got his spouse visa. But eventually he was just working. Luckily, like, he was in the countryside where he was the only white-looking foreigner ever there, and so they just gave him the job like that. But because of that, he might have had to accept shit pay. Now, I remember I saw I think it was a Ryan Boundless video where there was a guy he's interviewing that worked in Vietnam or China or something without a degree, but he had experience teaching English, and he was older, so his visa was able to be sponsored in Japan. I'm like, okay, well, you could do that. But even then, in Japan, all they care about is credentials. So, you know, you're gonna just remember that you're gonna have to fight with people when you're trying to do that. You know, like when you're trying to negotiate a decent salary. And with Gaba, you don't expect to get a decent salary, I guess is what I'm saying. Why are you so slow? Go, you fat, lard ass motherfucker. You son of a bitch, you nary motherfucking taxi hat. Actually, I love these taxis. I should not berate and be mean to these taxis, because I love these taxis. This taxi is amazing. Look at how high that roof is. Like, that's Andre the Giant level, like, high roof stuff. That's amazing. By the way, I was watching an interview with Jake the Snake on Joe Rogan, and he was talking about how Andre the Giant, like this old professional wrestler, giant fucking guy, heart of gold, he was, that guy was so big that he couldn't fit on a toilet. So what he would do is that when he was in a hotel or whatever, he would just like fucking squat on the bathroom and just shit in the shower. Like, he would just shit in the toilet, like in the bathroom. And then, like, I guess he'd wipe his ass and put the toilet paper in the toilet. But, you know, he would just take these massive giant shits in the bathtub and then run the shower and just have it break down all the shit. So eventually it went down the drain. And I was just like, wow, I never even thought about that. That's like probably how really, really giant people have to take shits all the time. Like, fuck, that must be so annoying. Like, what do you do if you don't have a bathtub? The point is, relating to Gaba, the point is, I mean, Gaba is a great kind of like foothold in, can I go here? No, I can't go here. I can't go. It's just still red. Okay, there we go. I mean, you know, so if you're coming here as a full-time visa and you're looking at Gaba, I bet, you know, for their full-time workers, they give them a decent salary. To be honest, I went for an interview with them at their headquarters in Yoyogi, I think, Yoyogi Uehara. like a long time ago, like when I first moved to Tokyo, and I was like, fuck yeah, like I haven't interviewed for a lot of companies, fuck this. But so I just kind of like spammed my resume out to all these different companies. Ah, damn it, I can't go. Spaghettims, we have to pump the brakes. Damn you, Seymour. And Super Nintendo Chalmers. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, I remember when I went there, I didn't realize how much the salary was until I checked the computer, the email right before I went, because I was just spamming everybody. I just needed a job. And oh my god, there's a French bulldog there. I love little Frenchy bulldogs. They're adorable. But anyway, yeah, I was just like, wait, this is how much that fuck this. Like, why am I even going to this? So so I had to go. Luckily, my buddy from Colorado was there, and he's a rancher. Look at that cute little bulldog. And he works on a ranch, so he brought some of his cowboy getup to Japan just because he thought it would be funny to walk around that shit. So he had these cowboy boots, this Broncos belt buckle, and like this like leather vest, and like a plaid shirt. Just total fucking cowboy looking motherfucker, including the hat. And I just went into my interview with that. I even had like the weird fucking little tie thing that's not a tie, but it's got metal and 2 ropes on it. Like, I walked in with that. And I was just talking the whole time, and like, I totally didn't look like my resume picture. See, in Japan, they want you to keep that resume picture nice, crisp, like, you know, pristine and up to date. And I was just like, I don't want to work here anymore, but I want to have the experience of going in for an interview. Like, that's the thing. Like, when I was younger, I just wanted to gather up, like, gobble up as many experiences as possible. And this was one way I could do it. And I was like, I'm never going to work for this company, no matter how poor I am. I'd rather flip burgers than work for a company that literally fucking just, like, spies on their employees. So I just went in and I bombed the interview. I kept talking in a fake Texan accent. I was like, well, you know, I'm from the South, and you know, we like football. And the guy who interviewed me was this Filipino man, which is funny because you never see a lot of Filipino men in Japan, because it's usually the women that are getting exported out of the country. But I saw a Filipino man as the recruiter there, and I was like, are you American Filipino? He's like, nope. And I was like, that's why you're doing this job. This is why you're accepting that shit pay I saw on the internet, is because this is the only job you could get. Okay, I see. And yeah, but anyway, I went in for the interview, bombed it on purpose. They had me do a grammar test, which, to be just to be perfectly honest, I failed that. I totally did not, like, you know, that's the thing. It's like, you know, give me a book and I can explain how to use grammar and why it is, but telling me to do it off the top of my head and be like, well, what are the grammar rules, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I know how to use a language. I'm not good at analyzing a language, you know? Like, think about all the times I've asked Japanese people, well, why do you use this kanji instead of this kanji? Why do you write down arigato gozaimasu in hiragana instead of kanji? They have a kanji, why don't you use it? Well, it's contextual. What context do you use it? I don't really know. Same fucking thing. It's like, you know? But anyway, my battery looks like it's dying soon. Point of the fucking whole rant, guys, is that Gaba is a piece of shit company. You can do way better than them. Only go to them if you're on your last straw and you need some fucking extra cash, because they're going to rip you off faster than you could rip off to Jurassic Park 2. Anyway, this has been Tkyo Rants. You know, I love your faces. If you like this video and you want to help out, make sure to smash that subscribe button and the subscribe bell so you get notified whenever there's a new video coming out. I release vlogs as well as movie reviews and just random other fucking videos. So make sure you stick around and check those out after you see this video. And of course, leave a comment down below and write down also the comment of the day, or the question of the day, which is, well, how much do you think English teachers should get paid for? You know, I'm curious. Or like, you know, yeah, write something about English teaching. I like the discussion. I like it. I rub it all over my body while I'm naked and covered in boils. It's disgusting. I love it. Anyway, and also don't forget to smash that like button and just keep telling myself even more. And also big shout out and thank you to all of you guys who support me on Patreon. Google AdSense pays balls and shit, and we got to put Andy's son through college with these rant videos, so all appreciado por flavor. I'm Papa Tkyo, and I will see you guys on the next rant. Peace.